Joining the call. When you'll be having the exams? In another 2 weeks' time. This accounting subject 31st. Shall we start then? Okay. Yeah, sure. Just let me know when you want to start. shall we start? Because I might need to leave on time today. Will that be all right? Right. So from where you're going to, you want me to start? Hope you all have the last year's paper, right? You all have that? You didn't send me the last year paper. Somehow I got it yesterday. So now you have to talk, not me.
Yes, we have last year paper.
What do you all want me to do? Shall I do the first question? Okay, so let's do a couple of questions and see how things move forward. First question is that following trial balance is extracted from the books of Natural Water Company Limited on 31st December 2020. And we have this trial balance and also some adjustments. Let me open up the 2021 paper. Final paper. Okay. We just copy and paste the trial balance here. Copied one of previous working, so that's why this got filled up. All right. Sales purchases, sales return, purchase return, carriage inwards, carriage outwards. Then opening stocks, land and building, motor vehicle, furniture and fitting, salaries, advertising expenses, electricity, water expenses, communication expenses, fuel cost, food and beverage expenses, debtors, creditors, capital, drawings, long-term loan, short-term loan, cash in hand, cash at bank, other income. So there aren't any unknown accounts here. So I hope it's quite straightforward when it comes to the trial balance. And then there are adjustments that we have to do first. Prepaid water and electricity expenses are 3,400 and 4,400 respectively. Let's take question 1. Workings. Let's do like this. Yes, I have not. I'm sorry. Thank you. Now I share. Hope you can see. So I need to prepare these accounts. I think probably we need few accounts. All right. First adjustment, prepaid water. Let's take this as well, then it's quite easy. Prepaid water and electricity expenses are 3,400 and 4,400. Prepaid water and electricity. Now, let's say water expense account. Water expense account has a balance of, this is the water expense. Water expense account has a balance of 17,200. Balance brought forward 17,200. That is water expense account. And it is said prepaid water is 3,400. So prepaid water, we have paid more. We have paid more, which is an asset. Which is an asset. Assets are debited. Assets are debited. So we open up a prepaid water account, which is an asset account. Prepaid water, which is an asset account. You have paid more. So that is an asset. 3,400 you, sorry, asset debit. 3,400 you debit, and you credit your water expense account 3,400 because this 3,400 is a prepayment. And we said that the amount has, I mean, whether you paid or not, the relevant expense for the period has to be considered. So overpayment is not part of this month. So we will, it's a reduction of expense, credit, creation of asset, debit. So we can say that, right? Now we balance 17,200, 17,200. So the amount goes to the profit or loss is this profit or loss. It is 13,800. 13,800 is the water expense for the period. So we go here. It's an administration expense. We may need a few here. Water expense is 13,800. And then prepaid water is an asset. So it is an asset, goes to the balance sheet. Prepaid water balance carried forward 3,400. Balance carried forward 3,400. So it goes to the balance sheet. Current asset, prepaid water equals 3,400. 3,400. So we have done the first part of the first adjustment. Second is the same. Prepaid electricity is 4,400. Prepaid electricity is 4,400. So now we have the electricity expense account. It says balance brought forward. Electricity expense is 45,600. 45,600. And the prepaid electricity is This is prepaid water. Prepaid electricity is 4,400. So we create prepaid electricity. Prepaid electricity. Oh, we can say that is 4,400 debit. Electricity account credit 4,400. And then it's the same thing. We just balance these accounts. Electricity expense total 45,600. There is a prepaid component of 4,400. So profit or loss account should have the balance of 41,200. Electricity expense 41,200. Then we balance the prepaid electricity, which is an asset. So balance carried forward is 1,400. So prepaid electricity is 4,400. So we are done with the first adjustment. First adjustment is correct. Then we are moving on to the next one. Again, I need to take my calculator as well. Right. Second one. Accrued fuel cost is 5,500. අන්න ගෙවල නැති එකක් තියෙනවා. Fuel cost එකක් 5,500. Accrued. It is a liability. Liability is credited. So fuel cost and accrued fuel cost. Accrued fuel cost. So fuel cost balance brought forward. How much? 76,500. 76,500. And accrued fuel cost is 5,500. So a liability credited 5,500. And the fuel cost should not be 76,500. There is a non-paid amount of 5,500. So fuel cost is 76,500 plus 5,500. Fuel cost is 82,000. The fuel cost for the period is 82,500. So what goes to the profit or loss is 82,500. So we go fuel cost. Let's say fuel cost is part of the selling and distribution expense. Let's say fuel cost is part of the selling and distribution expense. Fuel cost is 82,000. And there is an accrued fuel cost that is your liability that goes to the balance sheet. That goes to the balance sheet. carried forward 5,500, which goes to the balance sheet. Current liability, accrued fuel cost 5,500. Right. Then the next one, communication expense for the year is 10,500. Communication expense for the year is 10,500. Communication expense for the year is 10,500. Then, now what? In the trial balance, it says 9,700. Trial balance says 9,700. So, trial balance brought forward as communication expenses says 9,700. 9,700. But the adjustment says communication for the period is not 9,700 but 10,500. 10,500. Meaning that there is a liability. We have only paid 9,700, but the communication expense has to be 10,500. 10,500. So the amount that should goes to the profit or loss is 10,500. 10,500. Amount should go to the profit or loss is 10,500. So 800 is accrued. දන්නවනේ 10,500න් 9,700ක් අඩු කරා 800ක් අඩුවෙන් ගෙවලා තියෙන්නේ. Accrued is 800. So a new account has to be opened. Accrued communication expense. Accrued is a liability, credited 800 and debit your communication expense account 800. Accrued com expense. So then you can see total is 10,500. The communication expense that should goes to the profit or loss is 10,500. Administration expenses, communication expense, it is 10,500. And there is an accrued portion of 800 which goes to the balance sheet. Let's carry it forward. 800 here, accrued com expense is 800. Then a check given to a creditor 31st December 2020 is not recorded. A check given to a creditor not recorded, 25,000 check. So we have given a check to a creditor. So our bank account goes down, also our creditor liability goes down. So when bank account goes down, bank credit. When the creditor goes down, creditor debit. So let's put two new accounts. I think we can get some space by deleting few. Delete. Right. So we have two accounts, bank account and the creditor account. Bank account and the creditor account, bank account balance brought forward. Let's say cash at bank. So balance is 176,200. Creditor balance brought forward. Creditor 186,200. And it is said that a check given to a creditor is not recorded. So bank credit 25,000. Creditor debit 25,000. 5,000. Let's see whether there are any more transactions related to bank and creditor. Owner has drawn some furniture. Owner has drawn some furniture with the value of 100,000 for their personal use. So owner is drawing some furniture. Owner is drawing some furniture. Now furniture drawings. Reduction of capital debit, furniture asset, reduction of asset credit, drawings, furniture. So drawings, balance brought forward, how much drawings? 115,000. And furniture balance brought forward, furniture fittings 1,297,800. Now owner has drawn 10,000 furniture drawings, debit 100,000, furniture credit 100,000. So now the total drawings would be how much? 215,000 is the total drawing, and the furniture is now company is losing some furniture. Balance carried forward is 1,197,800. 1,197,800. It's a bit right. Right, and I think there are no more transactions that are going to affect bank account and the creditor. So we can balance the bank account as well. Say it's bank account balance is balance carried forward is 176,000 minus 25,000, 151,300. Bank account balance 151,300. So its current asset bank account equals 151,300. And then we balance the creditor. So creditor balance carried forward 186,200 minus 25,000. Creditor 161,200. Creditor is a current liability. Creditor is a current liability. Is 61,200. Yes. And then drawings balance carried forward. Drawings amount is 215,000. Drawings 215,000. Drawings amount we take to the equity and liabilities 215,000. And finally, furniture is a non-current asset. Furniture, it's 1,197,800. Right. I think we did all the adjustments, and there is one more closing stock, 150,000. Closing stock is the current asset. Closing stock 150,000, and it's going to affect our cost of sales. So closing stock is 150,000. 150,000. That's it. When it comes to the adjustments, you are required to prepare the statement of profit or loss and the statement of financial position of the Natural Water Company for the year 2020. So Natural Water Company statement of profit or loss for the year ended 31st December 2020, and you will get 1 mark for this, mind you. Okay, for at least half a mark. And Natural Water Company statement of financial position as at 31st December 2020. You will get half a mark for this. And let's say sales, it's part of the sales revenue. Sales 2,847,000. Purchases, part of the cost of sales. Purchases, it's 754,000. Sales return, reduction of sales. Return, it's 93,500. 93,500. Purchase return, it's a reduction of purchase value. Return, 56,700. Carriage inwards, part of cost of sales. Once you purchase, you need to bring the carriage. So carriage outwards, it's an selling and distribution expense. Carriage outwards, 67,800. Carriage inwards කියන්නේ අපි purchase කරපුවා stores වලට ගේන්න වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Shipping cost වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Connected to the purchase. Opening stocks.
Like sales return වෙන්න බැරිද සහිතන sales returns
අද
carriage inwards වලට sales returns වෙන්න පුළුවන්
වෙන්න බෑ. Sales returns වෙනම තියෙනවනේ sales returns කියලා. Carriage කියන්නේ stocks වලට සම්බන්ධයි. Stocks inwards කියන්නේ stocks gain cost එක. අපි කාර් එකක් ගත්තොත් ජපානයේ ඉඳලා some freight charges වෙනවා. නැත්නම් කෙලින්ම shipping fee වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේ.
right
Opening stocks 147,000. Land and building, non-current assets. $2,190,000. Motor vehicle, non-current assets. Vehicle, non-current asset, 1,540,000. Furniture and fitting, we did. Salaries, admin expense. Salaries, admin expense. Advertising expense, selling and distribution expense. Selling and distribution expense. Electricity, water, communication, fuel, we did. Food and beverage, admin expense. Then debtors, current assets. Debtors, current assets, 98,700. Creditors, we did capital, equity and liabilities, 2.5 million. Drawings, we did long-term loan, non-current liability. Long-term loan, non-current liability. It's 1,876,000. Short-term loan, current liability, short-term loan. Current liability, 103,300. Cash in hand, cash in hand, cash in hand, 24,600. Cash at bank, we accounted that. Other income. So profit
So
or loss
that-
account.
Sir,
Yes.
that short-term loan entry is correct?
Yeah. Current liability.
It should become the next column, no?
Sorry.
Current liability is okay, but the short-term, it should be, credit, no?
Ready? Yes. This is not debit credit.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just to showcase how in a good way how to present things, right? Okay, this is the standard format, no debit credit. This is current liabilities. So all current liabilities under one segment. Okay, since non-current liability it's only one, I put it here, the everything. Probably. Okay, this looks right. Then what? Sales revenue. Let's complete the profit or loss account. Sales revenue. Your total revenue is 2,753,500. Cost of sales. 739,900. 739,900. So your gross profit is 2,13,600. 2,13,600. You add other income and deduct expenses. Your admin expenses 865,600. Your selling and distribution expenses 368,100. You don't have any finance expense. You don't have any other expense. So your total expenses 1,233,700. So your net profit is 958,400, and that will be added to the equity capital. Your net profit will belongs to the owners. So equity capital is added. Net profit is added to the capital. Then that's done, and we added that. And then look at the balance sheet statement of financial position. Yes, the total sum of non-current asset 4,927,800. Total sum of current asset 462,400. So total asset is 5,390,200. So your total capital and the drawings is 3,243,400. And then the long-term loan is 1,000,008. Long-term or non-current liability is 1,876,000. Your current liability is 270,800. 270,800. So your total equity and liability is equals total equity, non-current liabilities and current liabilities. It's 5,390,200. So your total assets equals total equity and liabilities. So we have done this question. We did the workings and then we did the final accounts. And 25 marks from this. Any questions?
Excuse sir.
Yes.
Hello. Sir. Sir, other than that, the question says you have to do that ledger entries. You don't have to do that. No, you can directly work on the balance sheet and the statement of.
These accounts.
Yes, yes.
You will get marks for this.
Sir, if it is standard to do this working for that additional data given, so whether it is stated in the question or not,
Sorry?
can't you directly enter that the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into the balance sheet in a rough sheet or something? Well, do the workings and get that balance sheet and thing done without doing these ledger entries.
You can. But for the exam, you will get marks for this.
So because
This-
in that, not in this the previous ones, they have not stated that you have to do the ledger entry.
In the previous ones,
Yeah, 19 and 18, I think. Not different the previous one.
all right.
Even
But
this paper that it is indicated clearly that you have to do the ledger entry.
I will make sure that I mention it. Whether it's mentioned or not, this is required. Okay. How you enter that in the ledger, and thereafter you need to prepare this. But if someone just do some calculations and try to do this, that's fine, and you will get marks for this, but you will not get marks for this.
Okay, sir. Thank
Okay.
you.
It's not the final answer that I want. It's how you arrive at that answer. And there is no marks for this final figure. So it's about how you arrive at that. So even there is no marks for this gross profit figure, net profit figure, no marks.
So the ledger account having the marks, no?
Yes. This has marks. And usually, now this question is for 75 marks. Usually when I give marks, I just put 1 and 2 for each and every adjustment. So usually, if I remember correct, this question, I gave 78 marks for this question. And then divided it by 3. If someone answered to this question fully, then he could have earned 26 marks, but maximum is 25, so I gave 25. So if there is, let's say, a small error or couple of small errors, then out of 78, he or she may get 75. Then I divide 75 by 3. Still, with 1 or 2 errors, you can earn full marks. That's how it is, because it's not fixed for 25 marks, but when if you put let's say sales revenue 1 mark, returns 1 mark, and opening stock 1 mark, purchases 1 mark, return 1 mark, carriage inverse 2 marks, deducting closing stocks 2 marks, water expense 1 mark, electricity 1 mark, communication 1, salary 1, food and beverage 1. Likewise, I put marks for everything 1 and 2. And then workings, if you put the correct double entries here, 1 mark, here 1, here 1, here 1. Likewise, someone can earn marks even without balancing this. And here also the headline, when you name it correctly, you can earn here 1 mark, here 1 mark. So 2 marks divided by 2, probably ultimately it will end up in 1 mark. So that's how I give marks. And usually the workings carry more marks. The workings carry more marks. Okay.
So excuse me,
Yes.
when we write the current assets, are you expecting from us, according to the liquidity, we will have to order it?
No, that's all right. And if you could write it in, based on the liquidity levels, that's perfect. But even if you do not write, let's say you put cash in the top, that's fine.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Good. So this covers, I think, a lot. Then what else you want to do? Question number 2, first part, you will not get anything from the cash flows. And this question 2, do you want me to do this fixed, mix and variable thing?
Yes, sir.
ILO method. Okay. Question 2. Let me check. Right. So this is the question. This is the question. Below cost accounting information are extracted from the books of Street Burger, local company that sells chicken and vegetable burgers. Details are related to March and April. March and April. So then it is said that you are required to identify each cost as fixed, variable, and mix. The total number of burgers sold 47,000 for 59,000. I think we can do it in a very easy way. Right. Now, 47,000 is the number of burgers sold in March, and 59,000 the number of burgers sold in April. So if the per unit cost does not change, that means the cost is variable. If the per unit cost is decreasing, that means the product is eating out the variable fixed cost portion. So then there is a fixed cost. And if the total cost remain constant, then it is fixed. Now here, the easiest thing, cost of flour is increasing, cheese cost is increasing. That's obvious, right? When you produce 47,000, the cost of flour is 235,000. And when you produce 59,000, the cost of flour has to go up for sure. It can't be fixed. Cheese is the same, electricity is the same, water is the same, telephone, it also has increased. Rent, it's the same, so it's fixed. Then bike rider salaries has increased with the increased number of output. Other employee salaries also increased with the increased number of output. Source cost also increased with the output. Chicken cost increased with the output. Cost of other burger ingredients increased with the output. Advertising expense, no increase, it's fixed. Fuel cost also increased. Maintenance fee, again, it's fixed. Right? So easily we define 3. And then let's say let's figure out the per unit cost. Per unit cost. So here per unit cost is 5. Per unit cost is 5 when 47,000 burgers sold. Then cost of and when the number of burgers sold is 59,000, let's say in April. Sorry, April. Per unit cost is 5. You see per unit cost is 5 in both the scenarios. So sorry, I have to write it here. It's fixed. So then it is variable. Same, it is constant. Variable cost per unit is constant. Cost of cheese, 15 here. When in March, cost of cheese is 15 in, I think we need to get the thousand separator, right? It's 14.5. It's the same. So equally distributing the cheese. Then electricity expense. 260,000 divided by 47,000, 5.53 in March and April. Okay, 5.42. Electricity expense has gone down. Why? With the increase of number, fixed cost is distributed among more number of burgers. So this is mixed. And water expenses, I think it is also mixed. Usually don't have any connection with the burgers. Yes, it is mixed. Telephone expense could be the same here, mixed cost. Sorry. Yes, it is also mixed. Rent, fixed, bike rider salary. Let's say whether it has a direct connection with the number of burgers. Yes, it is variable. Other employees, salaries. It is mixed, no connection, no direct connection. Cost of sources. Let's say whether it has a direct connection or linear relationship. Yes, it is variable. Chicken. Let's say whether it's variable or mixed. Yes, it's variable, equally distributed. Other burger ingredients. It varies. It is mixed, not just variable. It has the amount goes down, so it's mixed. Advertising is fixed. Fuel cost. Let's see whether it's variable or mixed. Yeah, it is mixed cost. So you can see some are variable, some are fixed, and some are mixed. So you are required to identify each cost as fixed, variable, mixed. So we have done that. Then the next question says, market analysis indicate that due to COVID-19 virus spread, May sales will decline to 35 burgers. So May sales will be 35 burgers, 35 burgers. So there is a decline in the sales. If the analysis is accurate, what would be the total cost of May? Total cost of May. So the total cost in March is 4,513,000. So total cost in March is 4,513,000. Total cost in April, it is 5,407,000. So total output put in March is 47,000. Total output March, output April 59,000. So the cost variation from March to April is 894,000, when the output has increased from 47,000 to 59,000. So now you can see, now March output is 47,000. April output is 59,000, and fixed cost is constant. So when the output increase by 12,000, the cost has increased by 894,000. So fixed cost is constant. So therefore, this cost is variable cost to produce this 12,000. So the variable cost per unit is 894,000 divided by 12,000. That is the variable cost per unit. It is 74.5. 74.5. And then fixed cost at 47,000 units. We need to calculate fixed cost at 47,000 units. So then total cost at 47,000 units is 4,413,000. Variable cost at 47,000 units. How we calculate? 47,000 into 74.5 equals 47,000 into 74.5. What is that? What happened? 3,501,200. So therefore, difference is fixed costs. Fixed costs. It is 1,011,500. 1,011,500. Fixed cost is 1,011,500. Then we can say total costs. Now it is said that market analysis indicate that May sales will decline to 35,000. Total cost. Total costs at 35,000 units. Then we can say fixed cost. Fixed cost, there is no change in the fixed cost. Variable cost at 35,000 units, it's 35,000 into 74.5 plus 35,000 into 74.5. Then the total cost is 3,619,000. 3,619,000. So 35,000 unit, 3,619,000. 47 unit, 4,513,000. 59 units, 5,407,000. So this is the answer to the question number 2. Straightforward. Then if burger is sold at a price of 499, what will be the profit or loss for the month of May? So if burger is sold at 499, then let's say if burger is sold at 499, sales revenue is 499 into 35,000. $499 into 30. So it's 17,465,000. Total cost we calculated. It's 3,619,000. Profit. $13,846,000. 13,846,000. So we have now answered to that question as well. Right? 15 marks given for such a question, and highly likely at the exam. Any questions from this? I think this high-low method is very straightforward. What is the change in the output comparative? What is the change in the total cost compared to the change in the output? So that change is variable cost. And then by applying that to one of the months, you can get the total fixed cost. ඒ කියන්නේ ෆයිනල් එකටත් ලකුණක් තියෙනවා. නමුත් process එකටත් ලකුණු තියෙනවා. එතකොට ඒ කියන්නේ ෆයිනල් ආන්සර් process එකට ගියහම ලකුණු earn වෙනවා. ෆයිනල් උත්තරේ විතරක් දැම්මොත් ඒකට හම්බ වෙන ලකුණු තමයි හම්බ වෙන්නේ. හැම එකම එහෙම තමයි. ඒ කියන්නේ අන්තිම උත්තරේට ලකුණක් තියෙනවා ගොඩක් ඒවා. ඉතින් අර මේකෙදි නෑ මේකෙදි අන්තිම එකට මම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ලකුණු දෙන්නේ නෑ. හැබැයි ඒ කියන්නේ depends. මෙන්න මේ බැලන්ස් වෙනකට ලකුණු දෙන්නේ නෑ. හැබැයි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අන්තිම උත්තරේට හිමි ලකුණක් තියෙනවා. එතකොට අන්තිම උත්තරේ විතරක් දැම්මොත් ඒ ලකුණ තමයි හම්බ වෙන්නේ. හැබැයි කැල්කියුලේෂන් එක තියෙනවනම් ඒකට ලකුණු තව හම්බ වෙනවා. කොයි වෙලාවකත් උත්තරේ විතරක් ලියන්න එපා. උත්තරේ එන හැටි දැන් ඔයාලා උත්තරේ හදනවනේ. හදන එක ලියන්න. So we did that question. That is number 2, second part. මේ stock valuation එකක් ඕනේ නෑනේ. නිසා මිනිත්තු 40ක් විතර තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ stock valuation එකක් එනවා exam එකට. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ ගිය paper එකේ තියෙන මේ මොනවාද මේ අර investment appraisal එක අරෙන්න අනිත් ඔක්කොම test වෙනවා. ඒ මං කියන්නේ මේ ප්‍රශ්න නෙවෙයි. ඒ වගේ ප්‍රශ්න test වෙනවා. දැන් stock valuation එකක් කරමු.
Sir, okay.
කියන්නේ
After solving this thing,
hello මට භාගයට නේ
so after finishing the LIFO and FIFO, then I will correct my question related to that thing.
ඔයාගේ question එක අහලි
Yeah, okay, sir. Now,
ඔය ඉතින් අහන්නේ නෑනේ.
so what I want to ask is how to relate the LIFO and FIFO to the profit. That's all. So after finishing this, we will discuss.
Right, okay. This is question 3. Stop. Asian. Is the question, and it says that 1st of January 500 units opening stock, units of 500 quantity. 5,000 units, stock value is 250,000. Per unit cost is not, I think, relevant. 50. That's how it is. And then we can say 2nd January 2nd. January 2nd receipt. $10,000 quantity. Quantity, price, total stock value. Then the price is 52. Total stock value for that is 520,000. And again, 4th of January, January 4th, we are getting another 15,000 at a price of 53. $795,000. Let's say we are working on first in, first out method. Then January 5th, they are issuing. January 5th. When comes to January 5th, you have a total stock of 30,000, and the stock value, let's say when it comes to January 5th, you have a total stock of 30,000. Stock value is $1,565,000. 5th of January, you are issuing 18,000. Issuing 18,000. Issuing 18,000. How you issue this 18,000 is the interesting part. First in, first out. First in, first out. So you issue this 5,000 first. Then you issue this 10,000 next. Okay. And then you issue 3,000 out of this. That's how you issue. Clear, right? This 5,000 first, this 10,000 first, and 3,000 of this. So this is gone now, out completely. And this is also gone now, out completely. And 3,000 of this is gone now, out 3,000. Out 3,000, remaining 12,000. So it's a remaining 12,000. Then you issue this 5,000, the price of 50, this 52 is the price of 53. So this is what you issue, and the total of issued stock is 929,000. 929,000. So after 5th of January, your remaining quantity is 12,000. Remaining quantity is 12,000. And the value is 636,000, and it is 53. It is 53 per stock. This is the remaining part. 12,000 into 53. We can, let's say, 12,000 into 53, the value of the stocks. And then 15th of January. Jan 15th, we are getting 12,000 stocks at a price of 55. 12,000 stock at a price of 55. That is 660,000. So then we have an issue after that. So let's see. Now we have 24,000 worth of stocks, and the total stock value is 1,296,000. Then 16 January, again we have an issue. Jan 16, we are issuing 15. We are issuing 15,000. 15,000. So how do we issue? How do we issue this 15,000? 12,000 of this. 12,000. And the total value of that 12,000 is 636,000. And then 3,000 of this. 3,000 of this 12,000. 3,000 at 55. Plus 165,000. So that's how you issue this 15,000. So total issue is 801,000. 801,000. So after this, you have 9,000 stocks, and the stock value is 495,000. So now this stock is also out. This stock is also out, and from this stock 300 out. 9,000 remaining. So this 9,000, this 495,000 is 9,000 into 55. That's the answer. 16 January. Then we come to the 25th January. January 25th, we are getting 18,000. The price of 58. So total value is 1,044,000. So when it comes to 18th January, we have a stock value of 27, stock quantity of 27,000, stock value of 1,539,000. And then we come to 27 January 20,000 issue. So January 27, we are issuing 27,000. We are issuing 27. Sorry, we are issuing 20,000. So how we issue this 9,000? The total cost is 495,000. And then 11,000 out of this 18,058. $638,000. So then after January 27, you have a stock of 7,000. And the stock value was 406,000. This 406,000, it's very simple. It's 7,000 into 58. That's how we got it. So first in, first out, you are required to calculate the closing inventory quantity and its value using first in, first out and last in, first out. So we did first in, first out. The stock quantity is 7,000. Stock value is 406,000. Last in, first out. Again, opening stocks. It's 5,000. Okay. 250,000. Jan 2nd, you are getting 10,000. The price of 52. Then Jan 4th, getting 15,000. Price of 53. It comes to Jan 5th. You have total stock quantity of 30,000. Total stock value of 1,565,000. The same. Now the difference is happening now onwards. On 5th of January, issue 18,000. January 5th, issuing 18,000. How you issue? This is fully issuing 15,000. Last in, first out at 53. Then issuing 3,000. 52. This is out. 7,000 remaining. This is 5,000 remaining. So the total stock quantity is, the release stock quantity is 951,000. So compared to the first in, first out, the value of the stock is higher. Value of the stock is higher. So now the balance is 12,000 remaining, and the stock value is lesser, 416,000. 416,000. Right. Right. 416,000. And then 15th January. And 15, we are getting 12,000 at a price of 12,000 at a price of 55. So it's 660,000. So when we count to 15th January, we have a total of 24,000 quantity, and the value of the stock is 1,274,000. Yeah, here. 16 January, there is a stock issue of 15,000. How we do? 12,000 latest stock. Yeah, we will out this 12,000 latest stock. That is 12,000 into 55 and 3,000. 3,000 of 52. 3,000 of 52. So 4,000 remaining. 4,000 remaining in this stock. So then the total value of the release stock is should be higher than the first in, first out method. 816,000, whereas here it's 801,000. Remaining stock is 9,000. Remaining stock value is 458,000. You can see it's lower compared to the first in, first out method. Right, on Jan 25th, we are getting 18,000 stocks. The price of 58. It's 1,044,000. So when we come to that date, our total stock value is, stock quantity is 27,000. Stock value is 1,502,000. Then on 27th January, we are issuing 20,000. 20,000. So how do we issue? We issue this entire stock out. We issue this entire stock, that is 18,000 into 58, that is 2,000 from this 4,000 remaining. Now we are issuing 2,000 remaining from 52. So total we have issued the quantity total issued quantity is 20,000. Stock value is 1,148,000. So life or last in, first out method, the total remaining stock value is 504,000. When it comes to FIFO, your closing stock is higher in FIFO, first in, first out. Your closing stock is lower in last in, first out. So that is how we define first in, first out, then last in, first out.
So the question is, briefly explain the impact on profit by using the FIFO and LIFO different methods.
Yes, now when the closing stock is higher, your cost of sales will become lower. Once the cost of sales will become lower, the profit will be higher. So first in, first out would give a higher profit in inflationary situation. You remember, right? Now here the closing stock is 150,000. Your cost of sales is 739,000. Cost of sales, closing stock එක ලක්ෂ එකහමාරයි. Cost of sales 3,79,000. Profit 9,58,000. හිතන්න අපි closing stock එක 1,50,000 නේ 3,00,000 වෙනවා. බලන්න මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියලා cost of sales එක. cost of sales එක අඩු වෙනවා. profit එක වැඩි වෙනවා. ලක්ෂ 3 වැඩි කිරීම minus 1 දැක්කනේ cost of closing stock එක වැඩි වෙච්ච ගමන්ම cost of sales අඩු වුණා profit එක වැඩි වුණා 1,50,000 තියෙනකොට cost of sales 7,39,000යි profit එක 9,58,000 හැබැයි තුන වෙච්ච ගමන් cost of sales 7 ලක්ෂ ගාන ඉඳන් 5 ලක්ෂ ගානට අඩු වුණා 1,50,000න් අඩු වුණා මේක වැඩි that's the answer in an inflationary situation මේක inflation එකනේ තියෙන්නේ inflationary situation first in first out method would give you a higher stock value higher closing stock value and that closing stocks will be part of the cost of sales calculation so when the closing stock value is higher cost of sales would become lower and that the gross profit or the profit of the company would be higher so there is a positive relationship between the closing stock and the profit ඒක තමයි උත්තර
Okay, sir. Thank you. So, can you work out the part C of question 3 and part C of question 5? Work.
I have 10 minutes so probably I can do only one which one you want me to do
So, if you can explain how to do it, balance in the time.
at the one part C
Part
of
C.
question part C of
question 3.
අර trial balance cost of sales එකනේ නේ
So, 5C එකේ තමයි අර balance උන් නැත්තේ trial balance එක.
දැන් ඇහුවේ part C of question 3 නේ
ඔව්. ඒකයි
ඒකේ මොකුත් නැහැ
So, ඒ කියන්නේ සාමාන්‍ය profit and loss account එක කරන විදිහට ඒක ගන්නයි තියෙන්නේ නේද?
ඔව්
හරි.
දැන් මේකේ තියෙන්නේ දැන් අපි මේකේ අහන්නේ මොකද්ද cost of sales නේ ඉතින් cost of sales වලට ගන්නකොට opening stocks purchase එකතු කරලා carriage inwards එකතු කරලා ඊට පස්සේ returns අඩු කරලා closing stocks අඩු කරලා cost of sales එක මේක අපි හැදුවේ මේක තමයි cost of sales
හරි.
එතකොට cost මේක මම කියන්නේ cost of sales එකට එන්නේ opening stocks තියෙනවා හරිනේ opening stocks වලට purchase cash purchase එකතු කරනවා ඊට පස්සේ credit purchase එකතු කරනවා ඊට පස්සේ carriage inwards තියෙනවා right මේ තියෙන carriage inwards එකතු කරනවා ඊට පස්සේ return outward return අඩු කරනවා ඊට පස්සේ closing stocks අඩු කරනවා ඔය ටික තමයි cost of sales එකට මේ salaries rent මේ sales ඊට පස්සේ අහනවනේ gross profit or loss එකට අන්න sales එනවා ඊට පස්සේ sales එනවා other income කියන එක gross profit එකක් නෙවෙයි net profit එකක් carriage outwards කියන එක gross profit එකේ නෙවෙයි net profit එකේ එන්නේ salaries gross profit එකට එන්නේ rent gross profit එකට එන්නේ return inwards return inwards එනවා sales එකේ inward sales calculation gross profit එකට එනවා capital balance sheet item එක drawings balance sheet item එක long term loan balance sheet item එක cash balance sheet item වෙන්න මේ කොළ පාට highlight කරපු ටික තමයි ඔය ඔකට අදාළ විස්තර අදාළ නැහැ
හරි සර් පුළුවන්.
සර් ක්වෙස්චන් නම්බර් 5 එකේ C පාර්ට් එකේ ට්‍රයල් බැලන්ස් එක පොඩ්ඩක් දාලා පෙන්නනවාද ඒක බැලන්ස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ ඒකයි.
ට්‍රයල් බැලන්ස් එක බැලන්ස් නෑ තමයි.
ඔව්.
ටක් ඉන්න බල. ට්‍රයල් බැලන්ස් එක මේ question 5 ඒක මේ මට මතක විදිහට මම එක්සෑම් එකේදී කිව්වා කියලා තමයි මට මේකනේ debit credit some credit ඒකේ මෙන්න මේ වෙනස්කම් ටික තියෙනවා. මෙන්න මේ carriage outward එක 1700 නේ. ඒක 41700. මේක 4600 නේ. 54600. ඒක typing mistake. මේක 1,25,000. දැන් මේක ඒ ටික තමයි. ඒ ටික ආවම බලමු බා sales credit. Credit purchase debit stocks debit carriage outward expense debit carriage inward expense debit return inwards sales return debit return outwards purchase return credit salaries and wages expense debit admin expense debit rent payment expense debit motor expense debit motor bicycle debit asset furniture debit asset debtors debit asset selling and distribution expense debit creditor credit interest income credit cash at bank asset debit cash in hand asset debit land and building asset debit drawings deduction of capital debit capital අනේ
හරි සර් දැන් බැලන්ස් වෙනවා.
ඒක මේ printing mistake එකක් කළා මේ මොන හරි අඩුපාඩුවක් මගේ අතින් තමයි වෙලා තිබ්බේ.
So excuse me අර මේ accounting term explain කරන එක පොඩ්ඩක් එවන්න පුළුවන්ද සර්?
මේක මට attend වෙන්න බැරි වෙලාවක් හම්බුනේ මම ඒක එවන්න කොහොම හරි කළා.
Okay sir, thank you.
දැන් අපි ඒක අපිට මිනිත්තු දෙකක් තියෙන හින්දා අපි ඕනනම් මේකේ එක ප්‍රශ්නයක් ගමු. Explain the role of external auditors. ලකුණු කීයක් දීලාද තියෙන්නේ? 5ක්නේ. එතකොට external auditors are an independent third party. Competent accounting and auditing practitioners or professionals. ඊට පස්සේ අපි කියන්නේ පුළුවන් ඇයි ඔඩිට් කරන්න කියන එක කියන්න එපා. When it comes to large businesses, owners are not managing, but rather hiring competent set of or skilled set of people to run the business. When the owners are not managing the business, there is always this agency theory or stewardship theory. Owners require profit and managers or the senior leadership teams who are running the business requires their salaries and benefits. When the organization is performing fine or performing smoothly, then there is no such requirement. But when the owners, when the organization is not performing well, managers could inflate the profitability, inflate the asset base. So they could do creative accounting without following the accounting standards, financial reporting standards. To avoid that, owners are stepping into auditors who are the independent third party and request them to examine the accounting books on behalf of the owners of the business. And auditors, external auditors, they go into businesses and examine the accounting books and give their audit opinion to the owners of the business. පහට වඩා කිව්වා මම කියන්නේ ඒ වගේ explain කරන්න ඕන situation එක scenario එක.
Thank you very much sir. Sir අද working ටික අපිට එවන්න පුළුවන් නේද sir?
ඔව් මම මේක ඉවරුනේ ගමන් එවන්න.
Thank you sir.
Explain අපි තව එකක් තියෙන question number 5 එකේ explain the accounting term return outwards. Return outwards is again return outwards කියන්නේ ඒකට ලකුණු කීයද 4යිනේ. එතකොට කරුණු 4ක් වගේ ලියන්න තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Return outward is an expense which is connected to return outwards නේ. carriage නෙවෙයි. Return outwards is a purchase return. When the purchases are not in good quality or does not meet the specification of the requirement, these are returning their purchases to the supplier. Double entry for return outwards is, since it's a reduction of purchase, your purchase account is credited, return outwards account debited. Return outwards affect the cost of sales. So you deduct the return outward from the purchase to calculate the cost of sales calculation. Return outwards කියන්නේ expense එකක් නෙවෙයි, අතන reduction of expense, reduction of purchase. එතකොට purchase debit, reduction of purchase credit. So return outwards වෙද්දී අතරම double entry එතකොට වෙන්නේ return outwards credit අපි සල්ලි වලට ඒ කියන්නේ අපි return කරාම අපිට සල්ලි හම්බ වෙනවා නම් cash account එක debit. එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ අපි ණයට නම් ගත්තේ අපේ supplier ගෙන් ඒ කියන්නේ creditor ගෙන් creditor debit. Cash or creditor debit, return outwards account credit. ඊට පස්සේ ඕනනම් cost of sales calculation එක ඇඳලා පෙන්නන්න පුළුවන් illustrate එතකොට ඔයාලා දන්නෝ කියලා මම දන්නවා. All right then. So yes.
So there's a little question, if you have time. So that when we are mentioning about the discount received, why do we include it in the other income and other income?
Yes, discount received එක අපේ income එකක් නේ, expense එකක් නෙවෙයිනේ නේ.
So why can't we include it into the cost of sale and reduce it from the?
Sorry?
Why can't we reduce it, that discount, from the cost of sale?
Okay. Discount actually two types, cash discount and credit discounts. So if the discount is connected to the purchase, then no point adjusting that actually. So don't worry about discounts if that is confusing, okay?
Okay.
So we'll not add that since we didn't talk about the discount this time. So only from what we have discussed. Okay then. So good luck for the exams then. Hope you all can go can get good marks for this very easy question paper. And I will try. I think I will send the send some of the notes, but then again, that's to guide you, right? It may not be the exact answer, but to guide you. And it's very important that looking at the number of marks, then you try to write something. If it is 3 marks, it's not that long answer, but if it is 6 marks, it's a lengthy answer or explanation. So I think then we can wrap up this. Good luck to all of you. Hope you all could go through not just this paper, but you all can get through all the papers. Thank you for listening. All right, you all are welcome. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Excellent support, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.